Welcome back, everybody, to Trapped in the Timeline. I'm Half.
And I'm Dre.
Today is episode 6, and today we are going to be discussing one of the biggest lawsuits in tech and having to do with these platforms that we've been discussing in all these latest episodes. Um, so the corporation Snapchat, but their parent company, which is Snap Inc., had just settled a lawsuit for with a 19-year-old who was alleging that the platform basically made him addicted and it was causing mental health issues. And only a couple days before it was going to go to trial, did the parent company, they settled the lawsuit. It was undisclosed how much money was given or what it was. Obviously, they don't want, anybody to know. So this is what we're going to be discussing today. And we're discussing this topic just to kind of let you guys know what we've been talking about with these social media platforms and how they are designed to keep you addicted, to keep you distracted, and to keep you from not achieving shit in life. What do you think about this, Dre, this whole lawsuit and everything that just got settled?
I think that we all now can really finally figure out that we are all trapped in the damn timeline. This is
Absolutely.
perfect example right here. A 19-year-old.
19.
Come on, man. And this is Snapchat. This is one of I don't even really use Snapchat that much, but still
But
everybody else is using it.
it's huge.
Somebody else is out there addicted to this. And look, they done cracked a lawsuit on this thing.
Yeah.
Come on, man. So yeah, we've been talking about it. Now it's starting to get to the point where a lot of people are gonna realize, like, man, I'm just sitting here addicted to these apps, addicted to this phone, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And what we gonna do about it, y'all? What the hell we gonna do about it?
Right. And that's what I'm saying because like the apps are there, like I said, they are literally designed to keep you scrolling, and that's what everybody does.
So
You
do you think now that he got his settlement that he's not gonna go back and use his apps anymore? He's just
I,
over it, or is he's or what?
that's a good question because
Or what?
he probably is. He probably absolutely is.
He's going back.
But
He's still addicted. He
what
didn't he's not cured.
no,
You
no.
just gave a crack addict $1 million. You don't think they're gonna go back and smoke
a-
some crack?
Absolutely. So it was saying, this addiction and it leads to mental health issues and everything. Like, do you see that in people? Like, do you see like the wave of things happening, like people acting different, just a whole different society?
I don't see it. I really don't see it, but I know it's happening. That's what's so crazy about this drug right here, because you know it's happening, but we don't really see it because maybe we're trapped in it. Is that why we're not looking at it and focusing and seeing some of these signs? Because I mean, all ages are using it, and you can see the good, the bad, but I mean, is it really causing mental health? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's something deeper to dive into, but
I I think it is though. I mean, I think kids have committed suicide
it's
off
hiding
of
in
these
plain
apps.
sight. It's not like when it's like like even the bullying stuff. When that became big, now all the bullying, all this, people were committing suicide like they were addressing it. You don't hear nobody addressing this problem.
No, no, that's the thing. And that's exactly the problem. Like social media is a problem and we do need to have things in line so people can, not be so
Fight back.
addicted to it and fight back and all these things. Yeah, man, it's wild. So, do you think that companies like platforms and stuff should be held accountable, you know what I mean? For these type of actions, if this is proven, like, yeah, like, so basically they're saying the kid was saying that the algorithms, the
Okay.
notifications, and just the endless scrolling has really got him was made him addicted and caused, those potential mental health
Okay.
issues.
Now that what was his mental health issues though
Well, they
from
didn't
that?
they didn't really go into that, but I'm sure anxiety was
Okay.
probably anxiety was something, depression, because you're in your room and you're just scrolling all day, you're not talking to people, there's no human contact. I mean,
Antisocial.
all that stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So if that's his claim, I mean, did he do this to get money? Because now you have some money from this and they didn't want to come out, so you guess you didn't stop it. So well, I don't understand the play here. If
From
he's
his
really
point,
concerned about his mental health,
right?
why wouldn't you go seek help?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he has,
Or
and
is there
I
help out there?
I'm sure he has, and there probably isn't. Probably in certain things. Depression. He can get help for depression. He can get
But
help
if
for
I come in
anxiety.
there and tell you I'm addicted to scrolling, are you gonna take me serious?
Right. Or what are you gonna do? Like what? What?
That's what I'm
What are?
saying. Do if I said that today, like, hey man, I'm addicted to scrolling. Well, what would your reaction be? Like, would you take me serious? Or if I came in there and say, you know what, hey man, I'm addicted to, alcohol.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, there's a difference, but I would, me personally.
Wait, 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 wait. Why is there a difference? It's an addiction.
No, no, no. There's an addiction, but what I'm saying is, I would say I would take you seriously, right? I would say
Okay, but
if you
most people probably
no, most
wouldn't.
people wouldn't because they exactly yeah because like you said, there's not things lined up that are suggesting. There's not a social media anonymous, right? Like there's an alcohol anonymous, a drug anonymous, all that, right? There's not those classes, there's not those courses
True,
because all this
true.
stuff is very new, right? So, I mean, but this podcast right here, Trapped in a Timeline, we do have many episodes where we talk about different things on social media that aren't good for you. You know what I mean? Things that you need to be aware of. Self-discipline, because self-discipline is the main key. If you say, hey, I'm gonna just do an hour a day, if you do an hour a day, 2 hour, okay, that's cool. But if you do anything more than that, then you're abusing the drug. You're abusing
You're
the
abusing.
social media. You know what I'm saying? Because unless you're on there doing business where you're posting stuff and you're generating money, and that's different.
That
We're not talking about that.
that's selling media right
Right.
there.
We're not
That's
talking
exactly
about
what you
that.
need to be doing is the selling media. I'm all for that, but now if it's committing I mean, people are committing, you know, suicides and stuff like that, then I mean, yeah, this should be addressed just like any other addiction because we're all familiar with it and can see how dangerous it is. But yet, like I said, it's just hiding in plain sight.
Right.
People don't want to address it.
No.
Nobody want you can tell somebody and they'll laugh it off to you. And be, yeah, 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 yeah. I be on my phone too. Oh yeah, yeah, I scroll too. But it's bad. You do it too much. You probably should have been doing this, but I mean, we got to figure out a way to stop being trapped, and that's the number one question.
That's true. So with this lawsuit, they settled literally a few days before the trial was going to begin, and people are saying that why do you think they did that? Because the CEO or the owner, what's his name, Eric Spiegel, I believe is his name,
Snapchat.
Evan Spiegel of Snapchat,
Okay,
would have had to testify, and they would have been grilling him, you know what I mean? And he would have had
did not want
he
that.
did not want that.
He did not want
So
that.
they're like, "You know what? Let's just go ahead and
Yeah,
settle.
it's gonna be like
Fuck it."
Snapchat me all them little
But
them whatever you got, them emails and everything else.
there are also thousands of other lawsuits, that are already in line, that are already, you know what I mean?
So
So
backing up our point even further, that there are more people out there that are trapped, and you need this awareness. You need to be filling your brain with stuff to combat this stuff because all you're gonna do is be with this algorithm that's trained to get you to be addicted. So why not fight back against it? Why not go an hour a day and listen to some people that's telling you the problems of these things and then start educating your mind about it and you'll use it differently.
right. No, true. That's very true. And like what makes this lawsuit different as well is this is also, like I said, this is the first time a lawsuit where it's going after the platform versus content on the platform. People get sued all
Yeah.
the time for certain content on platform, but
Hmm.
this time they're going after the actual platform. So, this can, in all the other lawsuits that are lined up, it can have potential of they're going to have to make these changes eventually because shit, people are tired of this shit.
Well, you get into something like this, and that's what I was saying before, how social media can change some perception or put some pressure on people. Look at this guy right here of Snapchat. He's not gonna want to get in front of all them people and answer all them damn questions because now that
No.
puts a lot of heat on him and his brand, which is Snapchat. He doesn't want that because he's fighting against all these other apps, you know.
So what do you think how do you think this case here is gonna, how the other platforms, people like Mark Zuckerberg with Instagram and Facebook and TikTok
Oh, they're
now,
watching
the
and
Ellison
they
guy,
watching.
he just got TikTok.
Yeah, they watching
They're
and they
watching.
and they looking and they making their rules and
Elon
yeah,
Musk
yeah,
with
they
X
ain't
and all that.
stopping. They just figuring out how to move. They figuring, okay. That's why you think he didn't just jump out and get in front of it. He tried to hurry up and just get this up out of the way. Like, all
Right.
right, let's get this up out of here. This is just one little kid. We're not gonna bring to because you don't hear a lot of people talking about it. You don't hear a lot of people talking about it. Like, and you probably have to go search for it to really find it too. So that lets you know even more how they're doing and how they're moving is to let you know that okay, this addiction thing is gonna be here. So we need to get in front of it. There's a lot of social media people out there and platforms out there that are designed just to take over your time and waste your time. So you're sitting there scrolling nonstop on endless stuff when it's probably a lot of the time it's your downtime and who knows, you know what I'm saying? You could be doing something a little more productive because or you could be doing something more productive on there. It doesn't always if you like being on there. You can be doing something more productive on there cuz social media does reach a big audience, but at the same time, you can get trapped and caught up sitting there on these apps and just feeding your brain a bunch of nonsense. And your brain loves information. So that's all these things are information tools. And our brain just sucks it up, but we got to use it in the right way.
That's it. That's it. I mean, yeah, so people just gotta wake up, man. Like lawsuits like this, I mean, you're gonna see more and more of them coming. You're gonna see Instagram getting sued. Because
Yeah.
people are getting addicted, and like I keep seeing new stories, new time, and new headlines every day about companies and everybody's kind of getting sick or tired of the social media thing and the whole depression and just
So I hear what you're saying there. You're saying everybody's getting tired,
mhm.
but yet you have also a new generation that's coming up and they're not getting tired.
No, you're right about that.
So how do you
Yeah,
combat that? Because like you were just saying earlier when we were chopping it up, that you got these whole people that are watching their whole shows and all of this stuff right there on the internet, on these apps. They're not taking their time to go sit down and watch these programs and wait till 8 o'clock for my show to come on. No, man, I'm watching it right here,
right there.
right there. And I'm cool with that.
No,
And I'm cool with that.
you're right. No, you're
I
right. I
don't mind
mean,
watching it right there.
it's gonna be more or less the older people, and we're gonna have to hopefully we can, you know, educate these younger people. That's all we can
But they're
do.
gonna die
Educate
out.
them.
The older people are gonna die out, and now that
Yeah.
young thinking of, oh, we really need this, and I grew it, and if I started from this from day one,
Yeah. No. What are you supposed to do? And
yeah,
that's all you know.
that's all I know.
That's all you
That's
know.
all I know. But now if
Yeah.
I could use it in the right way, and if I start seeing now if we see a mass shift in people just learning disabilities where they can't learn too well and or behavioral disabilities all because of these phones, then I think if that spikes up like that at a high rate, then you really got I mean, you should be getting on it on top right now because you can see right now it's a big problem. But I think if that starts happening at an alarming rate, oh yeah. Now y'all gonna get what we talking about.
Right. No, people definitely see. And people you hear like I said, you hear stories all the time, where kids are depression or getting
They crash
bullied.
out over their
Uh uh
phone, over a app,
oh
over come on, man, over people just killing them.
yeah,
I mean, not to bring up one of the little, hot streamers, but we was talking about that. Like you was saying out something about his lady friend had smashed somebody else, and he probably just couldn't take the heat in the comments and all of that. Cause now, you've been out here doing your thing out here, and something like that happens, and boom, it hits you mentally,
Yeah.
mental breakdown.
Yeah.
But are we really people are just laughing at the situation. They're not really dissecting it and going deep.
Right.
He may be having a mental breakdown over this social media.
Yeah. No. Yeah. All that stuff. That's what I'm saying, man. It's a killer. So you guys got to be aware and get, stay out of the timeline. Don't be trapped in that
Don't
timeline.
be trapped in, man. And come get some social media awareness. And
And I-
that's basically what trapped in the timeline is, just to break it down to y'all, So
and do your own research to all the stuff we're talking about. Go
it's
research it.
out there.
It's out there. I'm Half,
And I'm Dre.
and we'll get back at you at the next episode.
And this is Trapped in the Timeline.